We build roads and bridges that get our troops where they need to go. We're combat engineers in the Canadian Forces, the backbone of a modern army on the move. In an age where the battlefield can be a desert wasteland, a mountain pass, or a city alleyway, the skills of a combat engineer are more valuable and vital than ever. I'm Corporal Marty Greatrix from Edmonton, Alberta. I'm posted at 1 Combat Engineer Regiment in my hometown.
And I'm Corporal Timothy Saunders from Montreal. I'm a combat engineer with 5 Combat Engineer Regiment in Valcartier, Quebec. Regular force or reserve, combat engineers have an amazing variety of duties. We build defensive barriers and set up base camps, provide clean drinking water to our troops and local populations, operate heavy equipment, and build airfields out of the wilderness.
Our job is to allow our troops to live, fight, and move in the battlefield and deny the same to the enemy. So if it's in our way, we make it disappear. If we need to go somewhere, we make that route passable. We can be called on to do almost anything, any time of the year, any time of the day or night, anywhere in the world. Constructing temporary bridges for our troops, destroying the enemy supply lines, building forward observation posts under hostile fire, clearing minefields and booby traps, breaking down barricades, or dismantling improvised explosive devices.
We tend to become the technical advisors to the other combat arms trades, whether they need to breach a hole somewhere, they need a bridge built somewhere. Well, that's our job, and they'll come up to us, they'll ask us what we can do.
Engineers are ground pounders, just like the infantry. We have mechanized troops as well as light troops. Our job is to gain entry into the buildings they go into or clear minefields so that they make routes passable. Overseas, we did a lot of route designation, route clearance, so that the infantry and other elements could get to where they needed to go. I've been deployed in Bosnia and Afghanistan. What an eye-opener. I'd go over there even if I wasn't getting paid. I didn't join the Army for the money. There's not a lot of guys that go overseas and come back and think they haven't made a difference. They're out of the wire every day. We do our job day to day. I mean, there's not a minute that goes by where you're not indirectly or directly making a difference in someone else's life.
And being in a place like that where they have almost nothing, it makes you appreciate a lot of what you do have. As for an impact, I mean, we do our best every day, and I'm just hoping that I can, whether it's be helping one person or a whole village of people, it's that whole sense of feeling of, you know, that you have at least helped someone in your job. We have responsibilities here at home as well. Remember the floods in Winnipeg a few years ago? It was engineers from Edmonton who helped stabilize the levees and protect the city. And we were among the first people into New Orleans in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina.
If you're thinking about joining us, this is how it works. You do your basic training, or like every other soldier, then 2 weeks of driver training. After that, you head to Gagetown to the Canadian Forces School of Military Engineering.
You'll spend about 5 months learning the basics of road, airfield, raft, and bridge construction and maintenance, building earthworks and temporary and permanent camps, mine laying and clearing, explosives and booby traps, radio communications and camouflage. More skills than you've ever dreamed of having, and you're on full salary and benefits from day one.
After that, you'll be assigned to an engineer regiment in Alberta, Ontario, Quebec, or New Brunswick.
Or, if a part-time job is what you're looking for, there are 11 reserve engineer units across Canada.
But you'll never stop learning new things. Field communications, explosive disposal, powerboat operations, even combat diving, which is my specialty. I enjoy doing the engineer work underwater, so underwater explosives, demolitions, reconnaissance stuff, search and recovery operations underwater. The Combat Engineer Corps, you need to be a hard worker. If you like building bridges, stuff like that, it's definitely a trade for you. If you like the rush of things, you have nerves of steel, playing with explosives and landmines. If that's the route you want to take, then Combat Engineers is definitely going to be the job for you.
And that's what being a combat engineer in the Canadian Forces is all about. It's an active, physical, challenging job. Just what I was looking for. GMO.